in.
There's a new plan for lowering gas prices, but do lawmakers think it will actually work? The update, they could ease the pain at the pump.
But first, tornado cleanup in the South. This weekend, victims and relief workers are trying to figure out where to begin with miles and miles of devastation. Thanks for joining us. I'm Will Thomas.
And I'm Maureen Ume. The death toll now stands at 249 people in Alabama alone, and more than 500 people are still missing across the state. Fox's Casey Stiegel is in Concord, Alabama, with the story.
I personally will visit all of the places that have been affected, and especially places where we've had loss of life.
Robert Bentley discussing plans to tour more parts of the state as the count of those dead and missing continues to climb.
It's not just Tuscaloosa, it's not just Birmingham, it's all over the state of Alabama where these tornadoes have caused a tremendous amount of damage. Tremendous loss of life.
That loss of life stretching across 7 states in the South. As it stands, more than 300 are reported dead. A rescue and recovery effort remains underway. Search teams and their cadaver dogs are sifting through massive piles of debris for possible victims. For the survivors, the devastation is overwhelming. In Tuscaloosa, newlyweds Roosevelt and Maggie Lee are starting their new lives together from scratch. Just 4 weeks after tying the knot, they lost everything, but still did manage to find something to be thankful for.
It's been good now, because we only had this injury right here on my leg. And my daughter, she got an injury on her leg.
Their story is like so many coming out of this area. Relief agencies, government, and volunteer organizations are racing to hard-hit areas, hoping to lighten the load for the thousands without shelter, food, and basic necessities.
Whatever they need us to do, picking up tree limbs, giving water and food, whatever we need to do.
All throughout this region, tales of survival mixed with tales of tragedy. For example, the man who owned this used car dealership behind me made it out alive. However, just across the street, a woman and her 2 young children were found dead. There is one common thread, however. The people of the South are pulling together and helping each other in this dramatic time of need. In Concord, Alabama, Casey Stiegel, Fox News.
Tornado victims got a helping hand from the University of Alabama head football coach Nick Saban. The coach, along with his wife and members of the AU athletic department, visited an activity center in Tuscaloosa, one of the hardest hit places. They handed out Crimson Tide clothing to victims staying at this Red Cross shelter. At least 200 people, many of them University of Alabama alumni, gathered at a D.C. bar where the cover charge went entirely to relief efforts in the southern states after that series of deadly storms. Fox 5's John Henrahan was there to see who's opening their wallets to help out.
Scores of people showed up at the Gin and Tonic Bar in Glover Park. This group was put together by the University of Alabama's Alumni Society, the National Capital Area Society, a couple of other Southern University alumni groups, and 7 Southern States groups. They're trying to raise money for the people who've lost their homes and some family members because of the terrible tornadoes that happened this week earlier down south. They've got a silent auction going here. There are dozens of items, but the ones that I think are garnering the most attention, Crimson Tide sweatshirt here, and vintage Coca-Cola 2009 National Championship. I think that was a good year. Looks like that's getting some bids too. Some of the this fellow is the president of the Crimson Tide Alabama alumni group here in the National Capital Area. Why are you doing this?
We're doing it because we all have connections back to the South with people that were affected by the tornadoes, whether it's friends, family, or anything else.
Any idea, are you going to be doing this again?
We're definitely looking to have more fundraisers around the area. There's been talk of possibly getting some people together to go down there and help as well in person.
What they're asking for is money at the door, and the money at the door is going directly to the people who need it down south and the Red Cross. Claire, can I talk to you here?
Absolutely.
Thank you. This is Claire Shamblin.
Yes.
You've got a story about family down there. What happened?
I do. I'm from Tuscaloosa. My grandmother still lives there on Lake Avenue. Her house was mostly destroyed. She was very lucky, got into the basement just in time. And her house is actually the only house that is even partially still standing in that neighborhood. So we feel very, very lucky. But please donate to the Red Cross or whomever you feel appropriate. They definitely need the help down there.
And if you want, this was put together very quickly, this fundraiser. If you want to join the next one, we got a website for you because the Alabama alumni are working hard on this. It's dcbamafans.com. If they put together another fundraiser in the next few days, you can find it there. At the Gin and Tonic in Northwest Washington, John Henrahan, Fox 5 News.
The Red Cross is looking for donations to help the tornado victims as well. You can call this number, 1-800-RED-CROSS, or log on to its website, redcross.org. You can also make a $10 donation to the organization by texting, this is simple, Red Cross to 90999. Again, Red Cross is what you text to 90999. You can find all that information on our website, myfoxdc.com.